everyone, my name is Jesse Anderson and I will be your host for today's Starlink mission, which marks SpaceX's 55th launch of the year and 254th overall mission to date. On your screen is a live view of our Falcon 9 rocket on Space Launch Complex 40 in Florida. At T-minus 4 minutes and 45 seconds, the range is green and ready to support. The summer weather forecast for launch was looking a little tricky, but the weather has cleared up, so we're tracking a 90% chance of go for launch. Apart from that, the teams are currently tracking no issues with the vehicle or spacecraft. And in just a few seconds, we should see the clamp arms, which are just below the fairing, begin to open. And once those are fully open, the transporter erector, which is that structural, there's that call out, that structure next to the vehicle, that will begin to retract away from the vehicle to help clear the pad for Falcon 9 to lift off. And you can see those clamp arms there on your screen moving. And you can see that the clamp arms are now fully open, so that TE is now slowly moving away from Falcon 9. After liftoff and stage separation, this booster is scheduled to land on our drone ship. Just read the instructions, which you can see there live on your screen.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And there's that call out. The internal flight computers have now taken over the launch countdown. Now we're just waiting for the final call from the launch director.
Starlink 6-9, go for launch.
And great news, all systems are go for launch, so let's watch as Falcon 9 takes our 22 Starlink satellites into space.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Vehicle is pitching downrange. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
At T plus 35 seconds into flight, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40 from Cape Canaveral, Florida at 1:17 a.m. Eastern Time.
Nominal power and telemetry.
Now we are throttling down the engines in preparation for max Q, which is coming up here in about 20 seconds. That is the largest amount of external stresses that the vehicle will see on ascent.
Vehicle is supersonic. Max Q.
And there's that call out that we just passed through that period of maximum dynamic pressure. Now we will throttle these engines back up. And seeing some great views of Falcon 9 and those 9 Merlin engines lit up there on your screen.
MVAC engine chill has started.
And we do have a few events coming up here back to back. That will be MECO stage separation, SES-1, as well as fairing separation. MECOs will where we will shut down all 9 of those engines that you see lit up right there on your screen. And that will help slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation. Stage 1 will begin to make its way back down to Earth, scheduled to land on Just Read the Instructions today. And Stage 2 will continue with SES-1, which is second stage engine start 1, and we will ignite that MVAC engine on the second stage as it carries the payload to its targeted drop-off orbit. And then shortly after, we will have fairing separation. And those events are coming up here in just a few seconds.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
And great views there on your screen. We just had MECO stage separation, and you can see on your right-hand screen that the MVAC engine has ignited. The grid fins on your left-hand screen, the grid fins on the first stage are currently deploying.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there you can see on your right-hand screen, those fairing halves deployed from the second stage. They're now returning back to Earth. And the fairing halves supporting today's mission have flown on previous missions, with one flying for its 10th time and the other for its 11th flight. We'll be attempting to recover both fairing halves using our recovery vessel, Doug.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there you can see on your left-hand screen a view of the first stage and the engines reigniting on the vehicle. This is the entry burn that lasts about 20 seconds long.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown. Stage 1 landing burn.
And there you can see on your screen that the landing burn has begun. So let's watch as Falcon 9 prepares to touch down on Just Read the Instructions.
Landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And as you just saw, that Falcon 9 has touched down on our drone ship. Just read the instructions.